Hey, this is Ro and welcome to this tutorial. So what we're going to make today is a project centered around a photo sleeve from these Dollar Tree photo albums, or I think some people call them brag books or what have you, but they're a buck. They're always found at the Dollar Tree. At least every time I went, I always run into these. And just really fun. I wanted to use these little photo sleeves and just, play around with it. So that was kind of like the inspiration for this project. So we're just going to use one sleeve, but you can use others as I'll show you to make other little pockets and fun stuff in the albums if you want to. But you only need one really for this project. So this is what the photo album looks like. Unfortunately, I already pulled out all of the sleeves, but if you haven't ever pulled one of these out yet, they're actually really easy to pull out. You kind of just grab it right here and you just yank it right out. I mean, they were all really easy. Another way you can pull them out is just to stick like a piece of cardboard or something under and use like your little X-Acto knife or something and pull it out that way. But you shouldn't have any problems just tearing them right out. At least I didn't with this one. So let me go ahead and show you the projects that I made and then we'll jump right into the tutorial. So this is one that I made with the, what is this paper pad? This one was, it's called paper Say Chic, I guess, is what it's called by recollection. So this is the paper pad that I used for this album. And then for this album, I used Park Lane Trendy Florals, which I've done a couple of projects recently with this one as well. So let me just show you a peek inside and we can start making it. Really fun, easy project. I used a tulle as a closure. And I didn't do much decorating here on it. I liked the image the way it was, so I just, focused down here on putting a scalloped punch on top of the tulle to hold it in place. And I actually could have did it before putting this sheet on top, but I forgot, so I just did it this way. And this one is actually made with single-sided paper. This one is with double-sided, so you can go either way. So when it opens up, I'm gonna just move this one out the way. It comes up like this. And it comes down like that, opens like this and like this. So I hope you can see that in the camera. But here I just, put a chipboard sticker that says Dream, and I used washi tape to put a little journaling card there. And then in the middle, I wanted kind of like a little shaker effect here. So I put some glitter here, some shaker bits inside here. I put another journaling card that came with this paper pad inside here, and this is also a pocket using that Dollar Tree photo sleeve, so it's kind of like the center of the project. And then down here I just made a cute little pull out that kind of goes like that. Could do some journaling on there. And then let's see, over on this side I just did like a belly band. I just put this little card that I, used the scallop punch to put 2 punches in, a butterfly, and just this little Polaroid sticker. And then on this side, I also used another one of the Dollar Tree. I just cut it down, and I actually only used the plastic part for this pocket because I just wanted to try different things using these sleeves. So just having fun with it. And then here's 2 tags that I put inside of this pocket. So this is the first one, and so it just closes up like this, I think. Oh, like this. And that's what's cool about this project, is that you can choose when it's done how you want the top to be. So for example, I wanted the closure to kind of come down like this on this one, whereas on this one it opens let's see, like that. So you can really decide how you want that when it's all said and done. And then on this one, I just used some little paper flowers that I had made about a couple weeks ago. I finally used them, so I just glued them on there, chipboard sticker, just had some fun playing with the front of it. And then this one opens like this, then like that, and then like this. So over here, I just, put a tag here. I used some of these little letter chipboard embellishments that I got from the Dollar Tree to write the word tag here. And so then the tag comes out. This is one of the tags that I got from my little garage sale haul. And then down here, we just have a pocket that I made out of one of the little cut-up parts and a couple others that I put inside the pocket. So it says kindness counts and best buds. And I love the colors with this paper pad. And then over here, I just put a little envelope here with a little card that says hello. Also, I got from that haul a couple days ago. And then I did another like side pocket with one of these photo sleeves. I used the whole thing on this one. I cut it down to about here and stuck it there and just played around with that. And on top, I just, used a couple chipboard stickers for that part. So yeah, so really cute, fun, easy project to make. And then in the middle here, I have a pocket that I made. And I just put a little cut up part in there. And then this is also a pocket. So instead of making it like a shaker element here, I just left it as a pocket. I just didn't put more stuff in it, but you can like jam pack it with all kinds of fun stuff as well in there. So it could really go either way. And then the back has a pocket as well. So like back here, we have another pocket and I just put a tag there. And actually didn't show you the one here. We have the pocket in the back of that one and I put another tag that says hello gorgeous. So really fun and easy. So let's go ahead and jump right on into the tutorial. So we'll grab our scoreboard and our 12 by 12 sheet of paper. And I'm hoping you can see this because I feel like my camera is rather low today. I'm actually filming. My kids are out for spring break, so they're all over the place, and I was just trying to find a quiet space to film today. So, so I think it's a little shorter than usual, but I'll try to keep an eye on the camera to make sure you can see everything. All right, so we grab our 12 by 12 sheet. And what we're going to do is make our flaps. We need 4 flaps total plus another sheet for the back pocket. And actually, before we get started, we might as well grab our photo sleeve. So you just need one of these. And I'm going to pick this one. And so let me see, where are my scissors? So what I do is I just kind of clean it up around all, you see all the little dots right here? I just kind of clean it up around it. So I cut off as much as I can without going on top of those dots or past them. And that's just, going to help it look more like a pocket, just a cleaner look when it's all said and done. So that's the first thing that I did, just clean it up around the sleeve. And so this side's fine, so then it kind of looks like that. So then we just cut this sleeve down to 6 by 4 3/4. So I think it already comes as 6 1/4. So we're just going to take a 1/4 inch off. So we're going to go down to 6. And it's already at 4 3/4. So then we have our sleeve ready to go. Okay, so we'll put that aside for now. Grab our sheet again. And so the top and bottom flaps are going to be 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. So we'll go ahead and do that. And I hope you can see this okay. So 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. And then we're going to do just a little bit of scoring. And on the 6 3/4 side, we are going to score, and let me just make sure I do this so I just have a better score line. It'll be at 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch on the 6 3/4 side. So 1/2 inch and then 3/4 inch, giving us a little bit of a gusset so that if you want to, go to town with embellishing on the inside, you can have more room to do so. So if you want it to be thicker and, use stuff that aren't just too flat. Okay, so there's our first one. So then what we do is take our sleeve and we glue it on top. Let's see, how did I do this? Sorry, having a little bit of a brain freeze here. Hold on, because I don't want to cover up our front pocket. So what did I do? Let's see. Oh, that's right. Okay, so for the top one, actually, we'll do the top one last. I'll show you why as we go by. Every time I've made this album, I always got confused at that part for that reason. So we'll do the top flap last. You'll see why when we do it. It's actually is much better. And just another side note, these, you know, depending on what glue you use, or I guess it doesn't matter what glue, maybe there's others that have a little bit more of a firm hold, but I find that the glue doesn't stick all that well. It will stick enough to get through the project to the end. And then when we put this back pocket on there, it brings it all together and it's perfectly fine. So I only used glue, but if you feel like you want a little bit more security as you go along, definitely use double-sided tape and glue. I didn't, but I do notice that they don't stick that well, but it does when it's all said and done by putting the back pocket. It just brings it together, it makes it secure, and it's perfectly fine. So just wanted to throw that out there in case you're feeling like, hey, wait a minute, this is not holding too well. You can go ahead and use double-sided tape, or just, you know, be careful as you get through the project. By the time it's said and done, you won't have to worry about it. It'll be secure at the end. So just wanted to throw that out there. All right, so let's make our next flap. So I'm gonna put that aside. We'll make our bottom flap. I think I'll just use the same sheet here. So we're going to go 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. Make sure this gives me 4 3/4 here. Yeah, okay, so 6 3/4 and 4 3/4. And let's see, then we're going to turn it back to our 6 3/4 side and do a 1/2 inch and a 3/4 inch score line, just like the first one. And then here you would decide which side that you want. And, you know, if you want to decide later, that's fine. You can always just flip it around. So either way, I did that on my first one. I changed my mind right before I glued it and just turned it around. So it's forgiving in that way, no worries. But for now, I'm just going to fold on these score lines, and we will go ahead and grab our little sleeve. Okay, and so this is the bottom flap. And so what we're going to do is glue like this. Well, actually, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's see, I think we're gluing it. Yeah, we're gluing it like this. Yeah, because then it's going to open like this. Sorry, I keep confusing myself. So it would be glued like so. So we're not going to glue on this little gusset that we have right here. We're only putting glue. Let me show you here. We're only gluing this part of it right here, not the gusset. Okay, so this part we're not going to put glue on. Okay, so then you just decide which side that you want to fold up like this. So see, this is where I meant, like, if I wanted to switch it around now and put this pattern on the outside, I could just, you know, fold it back over like this, and I can have this pattern come up, which I think is what I'm going to do after all. So, and then we will glue like this. So if you want to cut your corners, now is a good time to do so. And I don't cut into the gusset. I'm just cutting at the end on that 1/2 inch panel. So like that. So we're pretty much leaving that little gusset space alone. Okay, and so it's going to fold up like this. So we're going to glue like so. And of course, we're going to glue all the way to that 1/2 inch score line without going on top of it or over it, so that we can fold it. So let's grab our glue. Let me see if mine's coming out today. Yep, it's coming out. Yay, you guys are my good luck charm, because it's been giving me just a headache lately. I mean, yesterday I was doing a craft and literally the whole thing just kept coming out, and I was like, oh. So all right, so we'll put some glue here, and I'm only gluing in that 1/2 inch space. And then I'm gonna put that here. And if you want to watch me do it first, if this is like confusing, by all means. Okay, and so see, it's going to come up like this. And so here, and luckily with this glue, it's very forgiving in the way that it gives you time to make sure that everything's straightened and just the way that you want it perfectly. So there we go. And so when it's all said and done, this is gonna flip up, and we just wanna make sure that it's even with our photo sleeve and that we're not gluing on that little gusset there, okay? Now we can go ahead and do our 2 side panels. So we'll put this to the side for now. Grab another sheet. And the side flaps are 5.5 by 6 inches. So I'm gonna do my 6-inch side first by 5.5. And then on the 5.5-inch side, we're gonna score again at 1/2 inch and 3/4 of an inch. Make sure you guys could see that. Okay, so 1/2 inch and 3/4 of an inch. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and cut off these little corners here. Just like the last one, each one's pretty much the same, just a little different on the measurements with the side flaps. Decide which side that you want it on, and if you're using single-sided paper, then at the end you would just cut, you know, whatever size cardstock you want to go on top of whichever side you left blank. So you can really go either way with this pocket, but of course it's always easier, right, if you use double-sided. Okay, so now we have this flap, and so this one is going to glue like this, so that when it's all said and done, it'll fold over like that. Okay, so we're gonna put glue right here. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, and so we just wanna make sure everything's lined up straight. And this is where I press down, and the glue gives us some time, so I can turn it around like this and just make sure that it's straight on this side as well. And so, and see how the glue is kind of, doesn't like to stick, but when we put that back pocket, it will all come together, and you won't need double-sided tape unless you want to use it. You know, for some people it will drive you bananas. It almost did with me a couple times, but got used to it by now. All right, so there we go. Now we just need our other side flap, so let's go ahead and make that, and that's the same measurements, 5.5 by 6. So I think again I'll use the same sheet. So say 6 by 5.5. We're going to score at 1/2 inch and 3/4 of an inch. I'm just doubling up on that 1/2 inch one. Okay, so then we just fold on our score lines. And you can burnish, of course. Like so. Let's see if I want this side, which pattern I want. Yeah, I think I'll keep them looking the same in this case. I haven't done that yet. With the other 2 albums, I used a different pattern for each one completely. But this one's really just for demo purposes to show you guys. So, and I haven't done it yet, so I'm just going to use the same sheet for each of my side panels. So I already cut off the angles, and then now we're just going to glue this one like so, like that, and so then it's going to fold over like that. Right, so let's go ahead and put our glue. Wow, my glue is being so nice to me today. Hey, you guys are like my good luck charm, let me tell you. Yesterday it was giving me the hardest time. All right, and so then I'm just going to glue it under like so. Just lined up perfectly. on each side without going over that 1/2 inch score line so that we can fold it. Okay, and then probably shouldn't be gluing on my board, but I don't have a lot of space right now with where I'm filming, so. All right, so I'm gonna turn it around, just make sure it looks, you know, nice and lined up on this side. So remember that we are putting glue right up to this score line, but not past it, okay? And we're only going to set it onto the photo sleeve up to this score line, so. All right, so we've gotten those so far. So you just gotta be careful with it until we get to that last pocket, and then it all comes together. But again, guys, if you wanna use double-sided tape, excuse me, and the glue, then by all means go for it. All right, so now, let's see. We have this one. It's gonna fold like that, fold like that, fold like that. And now we need to do our top panel, which we have already cut. All right, so this one, I know this one we have a slightly different step. So I'm trying to think what that was here. Okay, so with this one, we're gluing this top flap. Let me cut the angles off really quick. I haven't done that yet. So with this one, we are going to glue, okay, so with our little photo sleeve, we have this little clear part here, right? Then we have this little middle white mesh looking area, and then we have this one. So when we glue this on here, we are going to glue it inside. Actually, do we need to glue it on inside? No, we don't. That was my demo one I did, and then I made it work without gluing it inside. Sorry. Okay, so actually we can glue it just like we did the others. That's where I was confusing myself, because the first one I put it inside, and then I did all these other things, tweaking it till I had it just right. So this one came out actually really nice, so we don't need to worry about that. So we can just glue it the way we other did. So scrap that, guys. I hope I'm not being too confusing today, because I made different variations of it till I had it just right, and so this one comes out fine. We're just doing the back pocket a little different, but I found that it was just much nicer and looked better when it was all said and done, much more functional this way. So okay, so we're gonna go ahead and glue it just like we did our bottom, but on top. So we're just gonna go like this and glue it on there. And then I turn it over carefully and just make sure it's lined up. Alrighty, I think we got it. And so now, yeah, so we're good to go. Okay, so let's put it aside, and we'll make our back pocket, which will bring everything together and have it hold firmly in place. So the back pocket is, I'll just use this sheet. It's 4 5/8 by 5 7/8. So we're gonna go 4 5/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I still count, guys. Yes, I do. Okay. So the 4 5/8 mark, just in case, it's right in between the 4 1/2 and 4 3/4. Okay. By 5 7/8. So 5. So the 7/8 mark is in between the 5 3/4 and the 6. Okay, so we have this one, and then for this, since it's going to be our back pocket, we can do our notch. If you want to put a notch, you can do so now up top. And then when we glue it, we want to make sure that we only glue 3 times around, right? Because this is going to be our back pocket, and it'll go right on top like that, and it'll hold everything together, since these sleeves don't like to hold that well with our cardstock. All right, so we're just going to glue 3 times around, close to the edge as possible, so that you have more room in your pocket. And I want to give it as much glue as possible, but staying close to the edge, just because this is the one that's going to be, you know, help to keep it all together without using double-sided tape. Okay, so we'll just glue this on, and once you have it right where you want it, you can just press down, and this will give us our pocket back here. I'm just going to press nice and firm. Let that dry. All right, so let's see what we got here. I'm going to close it all up, see how we're doing. And this is the part where I was telling you, like, you can totally choose how you want it to open. So, like, if you wanted it to open like this first one, where I did the closure down here, you can by all means do that. And so you can decide, okay, I want my closure here, or I don't want my closure there. Maybe you want it to be, you know, where it closes on the side. And so this is where, you know, you would choose, and then you can have your closure here. So it's just totally up to you. It's very versatile in that way. And so, as you can see, you have a nice, it just fits really congruent, really nice all around. So let's see here. If I forgot anything. So now we have our little photo sleeve in the middle that you can stick stuff into the pocket. And we also have our back pocket back here. And so we just want to let that, of course, dry so it doesn't act finicky on us. There we go. But now it's pretty secure. It's gonna stay just fine. And so how we have our back pocket here. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I don't think that I am. I probably needed more glue on this back one. Yeah, let me see. Well, this is the one that I did different. Just checking if there's anything left that I need to tell you guys before we wrap it up here. Yep, this one I did glue on the outside, so yeah, that's right. So I just think I didn't put enough glue on this flap. I think that's why I feel like it's being funky with me, but I think it'll be fine. Oh my goodness, how cute. So now you can just embellish each panel however you want. And so what I like about these sleeves is you just can go pocket crazy if you want to, and cut them in different shapes and stuff, and put them here or here. Like that first one, I put it here. The other one, I kind of trimmed it down. I put it there, but you can use different pockets. You can turn this into a shaker or not. Stick, you know, tons of stuff in here. Just a really fun project that way. So that is it, guys. I don't think I'm leaving anything out. I guess I'm just trying to subliminally keep you guys with me, because I love crafting with you. But yeah, I think that wraps it up. Now you just embellish and have fun, and do your closure if you want to put a closure on it, and just have some fun crafting. So thank you for hanging out with me today. Always enjoy doing these tutorials and just having fun making stuff. So I'll check you guys out in our next video. Thanks for watching, and happy crafting.